people that own pets.
What's wrong with owning pets?
People that own pets. I got a thing where I'm like, cool, pet owners different. They're different. They're a different kind of breed.
They definitely are. I agree with that.
They're a different kind of breed, and that's a different kind of culture. And I feel like no matter what ethnic group you're in, that's a different kind of culture. Those kind of people. And so I for one, right? I for one don't mind pets. I'm okay with them. They're cool, whatever. I found myself asking now, okay, cool, you own pets. All right, because there's people out there, I don't care what they say. There's some white people that do, I'm going to say a lot of white people that do it. And there's some black people that do it too, where it's the kissing of the mouth kind of thing. I'm just like,
no, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Or the licking of the face. And I'm just like,
I remember I don't know where I was or who I was talking to, but this person's dog was licking all inside their mouth. And I was just like, oh. And somebody's kissing that. And that dog was just licking his butthole and penis and in your mouth. In your mouth? No. And you want me to kiss? No. I completely understand that. Yeah, dating is complicated.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I had one that was a Mexican, and boy, everything about it was on point, solid, the vibe, the whole. I just couldn't get past that part right there.
The animal kissing? Yeah.
I wanted.
I do have another question though about the intercultural dating.
God.
So, disrespectful or not an issue? When you go to someone's house of another culture and they are speaking a language that you don't understand, do you feel like that's disrespectful?
Nope.
Acceptable?
Nope. Mm-mm.
I knew you were going to say that.
Nope. Nope. Because, keyword, their house.
Okay.
Their house. Their house, their rules. That is their amnesty. That is their United Nations. That once you walk through that door, you have entered their country.
Right.
Respected. Okay. Nothing respected. And if you feel some type of way, hey, you can listen, you can voice it, but at the end of the day, you gotta let go of that sense of entitlement, because that's like going to Mexico and be like, they all are speaking English. Nobody's speaking English. You're in another country. Once you walk through another, if you're dating somebody that's in a different culture, understand the moment you walk into their household, you're in that country.
Okay.
You're gonna have to learn that language, or you just gonna
sink or swim.
You're gonna
that's how I learned Spanish.
You gonna listen. You either gonna learn it, or you gonna have a translator, which is your partner, breaking it down for you, and that'll be fine. There's a trust category in there where you trust.
So the expectation is for the partner to translate it. Is that a realistic expectation?
A realistic expectation, depending on if the person wants to know or not.
Okay, so then if you had your partner come with you to dinner at your house, everybody's speaking Creole, your partner's like clueless, you would be okay with translating for them the whole dinner conversation? If need be,
yes. If need be, yes, to make her feel involved, because once again, it's at a dinner table. So at the end of the day, they also have to take into consideration that these people do not speak the language. So we are in America, you do know the language. So courteousness. Now, I don't disagree. Courteousness. Now, you could be courteous. Do you have to? No. But do you have to? Yes.
But so then knowing that, I think there's a difference. So if I know I'm going to this person's house and grandma only speaks Spanish, then everybody is speaking Spanish to make grandma feel included. But then I don't speak Spanish. So, okay, that situation, I could accept that. We're speaking Spanglish. Okay, whatever. But then to go to a house where I know everybody speaks English, but they're choosing to speak in another language, for me, that feels like outcasty, like shunning, like intentional.
And,
maybe this is
no. And you have every right to feel and think that way. You do. And the thing I say to this also, every family and culture got a dynamic. and everybody tests people. So this is them testing you to see what kind of person you are. Are you gonna fight for your son? Are you gonna fight for my daughter? Are you gonna learn? Like they gonna put the relationship you're in with the person. The person that's you're in the relationship is not so much as testing you, but before y'all got to the serious point, there was like, let me see if this person will do this, right? So now you get to the introduction part of meeting the family and the friends or whatever, and now they got their own individual test to see if you're worthy for their loved one.
Right.
And it's in that scenario, you got to look at it like that. Like, are you going to learn it, or are you going to basically be like all in your feelings and stew about it? But then at the same point in time, you have to be your own person.
Right.
So if you feel like that's a whole disrespect, then hey, voice it to your partner, and your partner well, and this is another character trait. You got to also pay attention to your partner. Will your partner will act accordingly in that manner if it is something that they want to talk about and express and show off on, because it is not easy to do, and it's not easy to have that discussion because you don't want to ruffle any feathers or trickle any toes.
Right.
It's got to be had though. But to me, I don't see anything wrong. Like if you speak it, cool. But then if don't like me, I'm a type of person. If I'm in a Trini house or a Jamaican house or a Hispanic house, and these but I chose to learn those languages. I chose to date those people, and then the exes I dated, I understand a little bit of the family and the lingo dynamics, so I'm good. But if I go to a Chinese person's house or a Korean person's house where I'm unfamiliar with the language, I'm definitely gonna ask, hey, what did they say in the last part? Because I was,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying to learn right now, so that's on me. That's me. Dating somebody of a different culture requires effort, and it requires you. It requires you to ask yourself: do you like this person really, or is this person just here to kill time?
Right.
Because your actions are going to show it. Your actions are going to show it. Your actions are going to show if you really like this person, or are you even worthy of? Are you even trying to be improving in your life? All of that takes role. Are you going to learn the language of the person that you're in love with? Are you going to try to understand the culture that the person that you're in love with? Because then it's like, once again, you don't have to learn it. And I don't agree, but you don't have to learn it. But then that just means ask yourself, why don't you want to learn something about the person you're with?
Right.
Because I don't know, it's different because I've had people where they felt. I had a girl come over and she likes the culture. She tries to speak very little of it, but then she feels like it's disrespectful when she comes into the house and we can speak English, but we choose to speak Creole. I'm like, we're choosing to speak Creole right now because one is guy talk. So the conversation we want to have, we can't have, but you're here, but it's here, and I understand that is, and I can see that as being disrespectful too. I can see that as being disrespectful too, but in some cultures, that's what it is, though. You know what I mean? You don't you like she was very upset, but I'm like, it's a Haitian household. This is our home.
Well, and I think it's twofold. So part of it is a sense of insecurity, like they're speaking this other language, knowing that I'm here and they can speak English. So are they talking about me?
Yeah, always, always assume that they are, and who cares? What that means is at the end of the day, they talking about you. You're the topic of discussion. It could either be good or bad.
Right, but then the other part of that is that happy medium. Like it's cool if part of the conversation or whatever, part of the evening event, whatever, is in Creole, but then having some conversations in English so that I feel part of this. Like I feel like I'm a part of this thing. I'm not just here on an island with my partner translating, right? So I just think there's a balance to it, and it's a very fine balance, an intricate dance when you're dating interculturally and interracially. As we're wrapping things up, any last thoughts, feelings, reflections?
Nah, just when you're moving into those things, it's like, remember, what I'm big on is we're all communicating, but we need to start communicating effectively. And effectively means basically, like we do on this podcast, having those uncomfortable conversations, asking those uncomfortable, odd questions. Oh, don't ever feel like a question is not the right time or too soon to ask. It's never that. If it comes up into your mind, that's because something in you is telling you to ask that question now. Get it out the way. If it comes into your soul or in your dreams or whatever, something about your future, your fate deems that you ask this question and to get your answer to avoid it because you're afraid of what the truth may hold doesn't do your future relationship or your future period any good.
Just prolonging the inevitable.
Exactly.
I feel that. Well, thank you, Mike. I would love to hear more about everyone else's experiences with interracial and intercultural dating. Um, there is a lot of potential beauty in it, but there's also a lot of potential trauma, just being honest. So tread lightly, do whatever your heart leads you to. That's really what I am going to say about it.